what are the main components that if you really want to look at what's that enterprise marketing like outcome you're trying to drive, that enterprise marketing return is how we coin it here. But what are the components of that? What does need to be in that?
I think it starts with enterprise sales. It's understanding what is media driving to, in terms of sales to the total business, wherever those sales occur. It might be online, it might be in store, it might be wholesale, a call center. Yeah. So first it's understanding the enterprise impact.
I think sort of the second viewpoint there is that you want to ensure you're understanding incrementality of that enterprise impact. So, when you think about enterprise and understanding the holistic sales, you want to correlate that to, as I increase my media spend, how is that changing all of the sales, the total business, and not really just focused on digital, right? So that idea of incrementality and seeing how media spend changes or activations or optimizations change the value that we're seeing realize into the total enterprise.
The true causal impact.
Yep.
Like a lot of the platforms are more of a participation, right? It's like this happened all along the way, but what was the true causal impact of incrementality?
Yeah, going down the
total
line.
enterprise, incrementality.
Can't forget about customer.
Customer, right? Customers are worth different.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
The concept that your media out there is driving sales, but it's also fueling the future sales of your business. And by acknowledging the hard work that your media and market is doing to acquire those new customers that we, hope and plan on coming back and being repeat customers over time, we need to account for that. And so by acknowledging the incremental new customers you're getting, the incremental reactivated and current customers that you're driving with your media is essential to having a little bit of a crystal ball into where the performance of your organization is going.
Yeah, it's giving media credit not just for that first purchase, but for the potential future purchases from those customers.
Yeah, understanding that lifetime value. And just think about customer acquisition strategies, right? A lot of times there's a loss leader type strategy in there. That's where a promotional strategy can really come into play. If you're not considering that future value of that customer, that's just going to look like a less profitable, smaller basket size sale.
We're just observing so much in today's industry, like so much less brand loyalty out there, that brands have to be cognizant of who their best customers are, who they can rely on, how they need to retain, and bringing those sort of metrics to bear each week is just more increasingly critical for the brands that are going to win out there and the brands that are going to not.
I think companies are sleeping on margin and profitability, both from an understanding that that dynamic can be measured and incorporated into media mix decisions, but that's ultimately what the finance and the CFO cares about, is are we bringing in bottom line profit to this organization and creating value to our shareholders. You do that through margin, and in others that might yield 20 or 30% margin, a sale or a top line dollar in category A is very different than category B.
They're not all equal.
And they're not all equal, and that'll fuel profit. And I just think the industry and a lot of marketing teams underestimate the importance of that to drive some of the alignment concepts we were talking about at the beginning. How do you bring marketing and finance together? You speak the same language, they speak more in margin than marketing teams do today. So that metric, bringing that component in, is a really effective way to bring those two parts of the organization together.
And something we've been talking about, I think, has been very digital oriented, but this metric doesn't need to be limited to paid media on digital, right? So it's holistic, right? We want to make sure that you're connecting it to things like linear TV, things like out of home, but also email and SMS, because those are ways that you're talking to your customers, and they all have customer value associated with them. They all have incrementality associated with them, and ensuring that you're using this metric in relationship to marketing as a department is the way that you can make the best decisions on how should I be activating on email, should I be leaning in on email, and then how can I be spending my paid media dollars effectively across the full funnel, and then also digital and traditional.